Hello guys, we are going to be solving the question we have in this video, and it says log having a base of 2, then argument inside the parentheses, which is x squared minus 2x plus 5, all equals 2. Now, as I've been saying, the first thing we need to do is find a means to make sure the number 2 we have here can be written in logarithmic form. And how do we write 2 in logarithmic form? We need to ensure that we write the logarithm such that it's going to be having a base of 2, as we have on the left-hand side. So if I want to write 2 in logarithmic form, it becomes log. I'm going to be giving it a base of 2. And of course, when we have a base of 2, there must be an argument of 2. Then, because the base on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side is 2. That's why we have both base and argument here as 2 also. Then I'm going to be writing a power for the argument, but the power must take whatever number we have. And in this case, the number we have is 2. So we have a power of 2. So writing 2 in logarithmic form as what we have on the left-hand side is the same thing as what I've written like this, because it's going to become 2, then we have log, then we have a base of 2, then argument of 2. And when we have the same base and the same argument, as in this case, it becomes 2 multiplied by 1. And it's still going to be 2. So, and that's the reason we can get 2 in logarithmic form. Now, let's quickly get to write 2 in logarithmic form. So, we have the log. So, we have base 2. And the argument is x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals. So, I'll be writing 2 in logarithm form now. So, we have log, we have base 2 because that's the base we have on the left-hand side. Then we have 2, then the power of 2. So all we need to do now is compare the left-hand side with the right-hand side, since it is an equation. So comparing, we have log and base 2 on the left-hand side, and we also have log and base 2 on the right-hand side. So if they are both equal, then the argument on the left-hand side must be the same thing as the argument on the right-hand side. So it means I'm going to start working with the argument both on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. So it becomes x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 2 to the power of 2. And of course, we know that 2 to the power of 2 is 2 times 2. And that's 4. So instead of writing 2 to the power of 2, I'm going to write in 4. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 4. Of course, I'm going to be making everything to be equal to 0. So meaning I'm going to bring 4 to the left-hand side. So I have x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 4 equals 0. And of course, it becomes x squared minus 2x then plus 1 equals 0. So all I need to do now is solve this quadratic equation. So I'm going to be using factorization method because it's easy to factorize. It is factorizable. So I have x squared and 1 to give me still x squared. So that's the coefficient here is 1. So what are the factors of 1 such that when I add those two factors together, I'm going to be getting -2 as we have at the middle there. And what are the factors to consider? So the factors of 1 such that when I add them together, I will get -2, -1 and another -1. Because when I add -1 plus -1 together, I'll be getting -2. And when I multiply -1 times -1, I'll be getting 1. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be replacing the -2x at the middle of the equation with -x and -x. Now let's quickly get that done. So we have x squared minus x minus x again, then plus 1 equals 0. So I'm going to be factorizing by grouping into 2. So we have this and this belong to the same group, then minus x and 1 also belong to the same group. Now let's get it factorized now. Between x squared and x, it's easy to see that x is common. So I'm going to be writing x. Then I'm going to get a parenthesis. So x in x squared, that is x squared divided by x. And that's going to be x. So I have x. So I'm writing x. Then x in -x, we have minus x divided by x. So this is going to give me -1. So I'll be writing -1. So we have -1. Then close the parentheses. Then I'll move to the other pair, other group, which is -x and 1. It is easy to see that I am going to be using -1 here. So we have -1, then open a parenthesis, a bracket. So we have -1 in -x. So it's like saying -x divided by -1. Of course, we know that negative dividing negative will give me positive. So x over 1 is still x. So we have x. Then we have -1 in 1. That is 1 divided by -1. We know that positive dividing negative is going to give us, divided by negative is going to give us negative. So 1 divided by 1 is going to give us 1. So we have -1. -1. Then we close the bracket. Equals 0. As you can see, we have what are inside the bracket to be the same. That is, we have x minus 1 here, and it's also x minus 1 here. So all I need to do is pick 1. So I'm going to be having x minus 1, then I'll pick what I have outside. And that's x minus 1 again from the outside. That is, x here and -1 here represent what I have here. So that's what I'm saying. So equals 0. So it's easy to see that we have either x minus 1 equals 0 or x minus 1 again equals 0. So our final answer is x equals 1. And at the same time again, x from the right hand side equals 1. So x equals 1 twice. So this is our final answer. X equals 1. So please do well to like, to share, to comment. You are great.